Fletcher Park, UMass Bowl. Tonight's matchup between the Medford Mustangs and Woburn Tanners. First, the visiting team, the Woburn Tanners. Head coach, Joe Wells, assistant manager.
Please go out to the foul line.
Let's meet the reserve players. Number 21, Matt DeFeo. Number 19, Jake Dooley. Number 9, James Hennessy. Number 4, Matt Hughes. Number 22, Michael Lund. Number 10, Sean Marsh. Number 3, Braden Puccini. Number 13, Cameron Sheehan. And number 11, Emmett Long. Now let's meet your starting lineup. Leading off, number 18, Jack Kelly, center fielder.
I only ask because
Batting second at shortstop.
Well,
Chris.
I don't know what to tell you.
Batting third, playing third, number 12, Jack Lee. Batting fourth at first base, number 23, Dooley. Batting fifth, designated hitter, number 6, Ryan Mush. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 5, Jared Moretto. Batting eighth, left fielder, number 24, Matt Olson. Batting ninth, catcher, number 2, Daniel Brett. Batting ninth, right fielder, number 16, Aiden Wood.
Multi-million dollar.
Now, the Medford Mustangs. Coach Orazio Morello and his assistant managers. First, let's meet the reserves. Senior, number 80, Mateo Giambuso. Senior, number 23, Josh Torrey. Senior, number 11, JJ Cuba. Junior, number 5, Emmett Chastain. Junior, number 7, Mike Miranda. junior, number 9. And sophomore, number 6, Colin O'Keefe. Now, for your starting lineup. Leading off, catching, number 13, Dave Crohan. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 15, John Wright. Batting third, first baseman, number 21, Rocco Pucci. Cleanup, shortstop, number 10, Justin Marino. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 1, Travers Moody. Batting sixth, third baseman, number 3, Jaden Spurn. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 2, Mike Piccolo. Batting eighth, right fielder, number 16, Alex Cazzola. Batting ninth, second baseman, number 4, Jaron Sanchez. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Play ball.
From Lasher Park on the campus of UMass Lowell in Lowell, Mass. is MIAA baseball here on LSP. Today, it's the Woburn Tanners with a record of 3-2, taking on the Medford Mustangs with a record of 3-3 in non-league action. Good. It isn't actually evening. It's after 5 o'clock. Whatever. Everybody, Sam Field here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. This is one of 2 games you'll see here on LSP where the Mustangs will be playing at LeLasher. We'll also have Mustangs Senior Day on tentatively scheduled for May 14th. Glad to have I'll be back in the saddle with Orazio Azzarello once again for a 3rd consecutive year of Mustangs ball here on LSP. And the Woburn Tanners entering play again 3-2, coming off a 2-1 loss to Winchester last time out. Meanwhile, Medford has alternated losses and wins to start the season through their first 6. And they will send Mike Mirando, who is the reigning player of the week on this squad, onto the mound in this very special event here, former home of the Lowell Spinners, former affiliate of the Boston Red Sox, now full-time home of the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. Mirando struck out 10 in a 15-2 win over Chelsea last Wednesday and gave up 3 hits and 2 runs over 5 innings. We're just walking to it. It was his very first varsity win. So this is the lineup he will face from the Woburn Tanners. Jack McElhaney will lead things off in center field, followed by Chris Chiodo at short. Jack Lee is at third. Dylan Dooley is at first. Ryan Lush is the DH. Jared Barreto is at second. Matt Olson, not that one, is in left. Daniel Pratt is behind the plate, and Aiden Wood rounds out the lineup in right. And again, it's Mike Mirando getting the start on the bump for the Medford Mustangs. Mirando, again, got his first varsity win last time out, his first appearance of the season. It's just his second appearance. And we'll give you the Medford lineup along with the Woburn pitcher before the Mustangs take their first turn at bat. Mirando finishing up his warm-up pitches. We're just about ready for some baseball. Happy April break to those who celebrate here in the Bay State. Don't forget to vote in our Who You Got poll. You have Woburn, you have Medford, you're just here for the fun. Or are you here for this special announcement that I've got for you folks in the middle of the first inning? And yeah, if I'm going to make a special announcement, rather than go straight to begging for advertising money, you know it's going to be something exciting. If you know, you know. Anyways, Jack McElhaney, the center fielder, will settle into the box in just a moment to lead off this ball game for the Woburn Tanners. Tanners in orange and Medford in white. A couple last-minute words from Dave Crohan to the starting noodle, Mirando. And McElhaney settling in. We're ready for some baseball. First pitch coming at you, 6:02. Down the pipe for strike one. We're underway. McElhaney, Chiodo, and Lee due up here in the top of the first for the Woburn Tanners out of the Middlesex League. Medford out of the GBL. And I'll be just outside for a ball. The count will be 1-1. No pitch clock to worry about at this level, but Mirando with a quick one that'll be fouled off and right off the facing of the press box where we sit right now, and it is 1-2. Third baseman Jaden Burns in on the infield grass right now, but at 1-2, a bunt may not be likely. No contact of any kind. Jack McElhaney says just window shopping. 1 up, 1 down, the backwards K for Mirando. Here's the shortstop, Chris Chiodo. Now, once again, you can see the third baseman Burns in on the grass. It'll be a lot more common to see more batters attempt to lay down bunts in these situations, this level. But the rest of the infielders playing back. Laced into left center field. That'll get down for a base hit on a couple of hops of the left fielder, and Chiodo will be content with a 1-out single. Travers Moody. Like, he's been on the Mustangs all 3 years I've been doing Mustangs baseball. So it's like, wow, he's still on the team. Yeah, he was a freshman that first year we did Mustangs games. Here's Jack Lee, the third baseman. Runner goes. Pitch was a ball, and the throw. No, it is a strike, in fact. Waiting for the call from the umpire. But it's a stolen base for Chiodo. Wait a moment there from the umpire. See if it did look down the pipe. That's exactly what it was. But it is 0-1 now with a runner in scoring position in front of Jack Lee. Here's the 0-1. 0-2. About to say I looked a bit inside, but umpire stepped back, showed us the second strike call, and Miranda comes set, looks at second. Second baseman Sanchez bluffing for the throw a couple of times there. And Sanchez getting the start, by the way, for the Mustangs at second base. He's the one freshman on the Mustangs roster, and there's only one sophomore, Colin O'Keefe. This is a very experienced group that Orazio Azzarello has to work with. Seniors and juniors up and down the roster, except for, again, O'Keefe and Sanchez. And when you got that experience of rosters, that misses, got that experience of roster, and you still have a Frosch good enough to crack the starting 9, you might be able to make a run. Just a little high for a ball. The count is full to Lee with Dylan Dooley due up next. One of the many reasons I've had to learn to slow down my commentary a bit. Runner goes for third, pitches high for a ball, and the throw goes into left field. In from third comes Chiodo. Lee draws the walk. Steal for Chiodo, and the E2 brings him home. Well, one run already home, only one out, and the cleanup hitter, Dooley, takes a strike. Well, after getting the leadoff man with relative ease, this isn't going to rattle Miranda a bit. Throw is way offline, easy steal for Lee. So a 1-1 count. And a runner again in scoring position for the Tanners. Two and one. Long look at second by Miranda. And that catches the outside corner to even the count of 2. Had to do a double take on Mirando's name, reading about him for the first time. Make sure I didn't say Mike Madonna. And now that I mention that, I'm probably going to accidentally do that, but he is not the Dallas Stars legend. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Out with a sweeper there, 2 down. So 2 Ks in the inning, and right on his season pace so far in that department is Miranda. 10 Ks in 5 innings against Chelsea, and now 2 here in the first inning. And let's see if he can get Ryan Lush to finish this one off, or if the DH can keep things moving for the Tanners. Time is called by Lush with all that action going on in front of him. The game cat and mouse between Jack Lee and Jaron Sanchez. 1-0 our score. Here in the top of the first, that's down and away for ball 1. The first one coming after Chris Chiodo singled with 1 out, then stole second, then stole third on ball 4 to Lee. And then the throw down to third. Went up the left field line, and I think Dave Cron has learned his lesson there. So another steal. Third steal in the inning for the Tanners, but Lee thinks better of the throw. Swing and a miss, but that goes to the backstop, and in to score standing up on the wild pitch is Lee. The count is 1-2 to Lush. There's 2 runs that have been scored this inning, neither getting an RBI in the process. That's just up and in, and the count leaving it 2. 2 runs, 1 hit, 4 steals, a walk, an error and a wild pitch have brought home the first 2 runs of the game for the Tanners. Little sweet chin music there, coming off of WrestleMania for Lush, and count is full. On deck is the second baseman, Jared Barreto. Payoff pitch with a full windup. Here it comes from Mirando. Downstairs for ball 4, and the inning continues. Second walk of the inning issued by Mirando. And here is the second baseman, Jared Barreto. Well, with it being April break and such, the Tanners are going to get a bunch of games in here this week. They're here against Medford. Tomorrow they're at Arlington. Thursday they're at Billerica. Friday, 10 o'clock start at Wilmington. Reading, rather. Next Monday, the 28th, they will be playing Wilmington. Mirando, try the pick off, and it gets thrown away. Second error of the inning, and here comes Orazio Azzarello to try and see if he can settle Mirando down. Two nothing is our score. Runner in scoring position. One run coming home on an error, trying to catch a runner stealing at third. And now the second one, putting this runner in scoring position, Lush, trying to pick him off on a 3-0. Going to come after him. It's definitely a spot to maybe just let him off the hook and see if you can get the force at any base, but 3-1 is the count. Same spot, full count. Another school of thought in that situation, down 3-0, and maybe just throw it off the plate, but only barely off, see if he'll chase and see if he'll dig his own grave. Grounder to short, scooped up there. On to first, a little bit up the first baseline, but nice stretch by Rocco Pucci for the out that retires the side. 2 runs on, 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 left, half an inning in the books. Tanners 2, and the Mustangs coming up. And now for that big announcement. You know how if you browse this here YouTube channel, you'll see, clips of me playing Magic the Gathering, and always mention, I've got, Magic the Gathering cards for sale on TCG Player. Just anyone who knows me personally knows how much I love that game. Well, for the first time ever, LSP is going to be vending at a card show. Ocean State Card Con on June 1st, 2025 at the Boys and Girls Club at Oakland Beach in Warwick, Rhode Island. I'll be buying, selling, trading, and hey, maybe even playing Magic the Gathering and maybe some other surprises that you can pick up if you want to head down there. Ocean State Card Con has a Facebook and Instagram page if you want to get more info on the event and get tickets. If you got sports cards to try and flip me, I regret to inform you I don't work in that trade despite all the other things I do with my copious free time. But hope to see you there Sunday, June 1st, 2025. Ocean State Card Con at the Boys and Girls Club in Warwick, Rhode Island. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hella nerdy. So as we go to the bottom of the first, here is the starting lineup for the Medford Mustangs. Dave Crohan's going to lead things off behind the plate, followed by John Wright as the DH. Rocco Pucci is at first. Justin Marino is at short. Travers Moody is in left. Jaden Burns is at third. Mike Piccolo is in center. Alex Gazzola is in right. And the freshman second baseman Jaron Sanchez rounds out the lineup. The opposing noodle will be Matt Hughes. So we go to the bottom of the first. Here's the catcher, Dave Crohan, to lead things off for the Medford Mustangs. Crohan takes outside for ball one. Crohan 176 with 4 ribbies and 1 double in 5 games played so far. Count is 1-1. Full wind of the pitch from Hughes. Catches the outside edge. 1-2. Crohan, then Wright and Pucci here in the bottom of the first, rather. With all that one's fouled off towards the Medford bullpen. With already some action going on down there. Still 1-2 to Crohan. Pops out of Pratt's mitt. Evens the count at 2. Crohan, a junior. And again, this roster is pretty evenly split between seniors and juniors, plus 1 sophomore, O'Keefe, and 1 freshman, the starting second baseman, Sanchez. Fouled off. Remains 2-2. Good thing we have lights. We'll probably need to break those out by the end of the game. And that's a swing and a miss by Crohan for the first out of the bottom of the first for Matt Hughes. Here's a DH, John Wright. Wright, 421, 9 out of 21 through the first 6 games. 1 double, 1 triple, 4 ribbies. 4 is tied for the team lead with Crohan. Interesting that the top 2 hitters in your lineup are the 2 leading RBI men. Not how you usually see those numbers play out. 2-1. It's always an impressive feat in the majors when a leadoff man has a 100 RBI season, but that's just become par for the course for guys like Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, leading things off too. Charlie Blackmon did that at least once for the Colorado Rockies. Here's a little bloop single out of the reach of the second baseman, Barreto. One out base hit for John Wright. Among qualifiers, Wright is the team's leading hitter. That will only add to it. Pucci skies this one into left center field. Outfielders converging. Eventually, it'll be Olsen hauling in that lazy fly for out number 2. Pucci still looking for his first hit of the year, 0 for 4, but with a run scored to this point. Here's Justin Marino to try and keep the line moving. Marino takes a ball, 1-0. Marino, 1 for 5 on the season, 2 games played. Still at first after the 1-out single is Wright. Pop-up foul the other way. First baseman going over towards the seats, and we'll watch that. Clear him with ease, 1-1. Tanners with 2 runs at the top half of this first inning, neither of which actually being driven in. First one came on an error. Second one came on a wild pitch. The error was by the catcher, Crohan, trying to nab Chiodo, stealing third. On ball 4, no less. He was at second. First was empty. And the man who drew that walk, Jack Lee, stole a couple bases of his own. 4 steals in the inning between Chiodo and Lee, and they both came home to score. Just a bit too far out in front of that one is Marino, and it's 2-2. 2 out here in the bottom of the first. At Lasher Park. UMass Lowell Mass, longtime home of the Lowell Spinners, now full-time home of the Riverhawks and Riverhawks alone. Of course, high school games get held here regularly. The Super 8 and other MIAA tournament games, championship games that would be held here from time to time, tournament and championships. Ball 4. So good patience by Marino. Coaxes the 2-out walk, getting it all the way to 3-2 as well. And after that top of the first, got to do what you can to wear down the opposing pitcher already behind the 8 ball before you take your first turn at bat. And Travers Moody just got plunked, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded. Well, I guess that's one way to get around the team's second leading hitter. Moody 5 for 15 entering play today with 2 RBIs, a double, and a triple. John Wright, who is at second base, at third base now actually, is the team's leading run scorer. Here's Jaden Burns, swing and a miss. That 5 holes the catcher all the way to the backstop, and speaking it into existence, John Wright scores on the wild pitch. It's 2-1 on the count and 2-1 on the scoreboard. Now the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at second base. So for those playing the home game, 3 runs and no RBIs on a combined 2 hits. Had 3 total walks, hit batsman. 2-2 to Burns. Reaches out, and a liner is bobbled by the shortstop. Will throw on to first. Great recovery by Chris Chiodo. Looked like an easy soft line drive right into his chest when he knocked, but he had to knock it down and still made the play in time to retire Burns and the Mustangs in the first inning. They get 1 run back on 1 hit, but leave 2. 1 inning in the books, 2-1. Mustangs trailing the Tanners. Livestock. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in card. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly. Made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use checkout codes LSP10, LSP7.5, or LSP5 for a discount on your order of that corresponding percentage. You can use the LSP10 once, but 7.5 and 5 multiple times. We may receive a commission for those orders that you place at shippingshieldus.com using the URL in the description. But we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. We go to the top of the second, and it will be Olson, Pratt, and Wood due up for the Tanners. Mirando back out there for his second inning of work. His offense has gotten him 1 run back, and we'll see if he can get a clean top of the second here against Woburn. Olson. No relation. Take strike 1. Olson is a high school left fielder from Woburn, Mass. Matt Olson is a first baseman for the Atlanta Braves, who also played the corner outfield in his in the earlier stages of his career with the Oakland Athletics. Let's get that straight right out of the gate. Become ungovernable. Call them what the billionaire does not want you to call them. Fouled off. Put an error up on the third base coach there. It's a joke. Don't. 2-2 is the count to Matt Olson, who also hits right-handed, and Matt Olson, the Braves' first baseman, hits left. Popped up into foul territory. Here comes Crowhan. Oh! That's a tough one not to get. It looked like he had it, and then it turned on him. He reached out. Thought he maybe had it basically towards the wrist of his glove. He had his back turned towards me, so I couldn't see if he had completed the catch. But when the umpire put his arms up, say foul ball, that was the end of that. 2-2 once again. Much ado about nothing. Called strike 3. Third strikeout for Mike Mirando. And here's Daniel Pratt. Pratt looks at strike 1 on the outer edge. Infield now fully back, and also we don't have the sun. We don't have the sun passing over a good portion of the field. Basically set at this point. We've also got a hit batsman. And we'll put the catcher Pratt on first, and then that will result in the courtesy runner at first base for the catcher. That is Matt DeFeo running at first base. Now here is Aiden Wood, the right fielder. Throw back to first, and DeFeo is back diving. Taking down the pipe for strike one. DeFeo getting his lead off of first. Mirando delivers up and away. Crohan was ready to fire. No thought of a run there. Steal attempt by DeFeo. Lights are now coming on here at Lasher Park. That's flared into center field, and one hops to the center fielder for a base hit. DeFeo ran through second base, and he got to third. He was basically standing on the second base bag when Piccolo fielded that. And DeFeo just turned on the jets, and I thought they had him dead to rights at third, but to no avail. I am constantly wrong about everything. Runners at the corners, one down. And the lineup turns over for McIlwain, who struck out looking to begin the ball game. What heads up running by DeFeo? You really need a ground ball here if you are Mirando. Because if you strike out McElhaney, you know that Chiodo and Lee have done damage to you already. And is inside for a ball. But you need something tailor-made, probably to the second baseman, and with the left-handed hitter up, that's more likely. And now that was a huge lead. Great jump by Aiden Wood. And by the time Dave Crohan had his fingers on the seams there, it was way too late to even make the throw, let alone nab Wood. So it is 2-0 to the Tanners leadoff man with two runners in scoring position, maybe hoping to double up the run total here with one swing of the bat. 3-0. Well, here's your thought again. Do you throw this out of the zone? Hope he digs his own grave. And worst case scenario, set up the force at any base, including the inning-ending double play again. And it was just a Statue of Liberty play there by McElhaney, and he'll go to work now at 3-1. With DeFeo at third and Wood on second. Grounder to second. Shame that didn't come a couple pitches sooner if you are the Mustangs. It's an RBI ground out, 4-3 into scores. DeFeo to third goes Wood, 3-1 Tanners. And that'll be Chris Chiodo to try and cash in with a runner 90 feet away, and he takes ball one. DeFeo coming in from third. It's the first RBI of the game. First three runs been scored on an error, a wild pitch, and another wild pitch. 2-0 to Chiodo, had the first hit of the ball game with one out in the first and stole second and third, then came home to score on that error. Little inside-out grounder to the first baseman who comes off the bag and throws to the pitcher covering For the out that retires the side, could have been worse, but the Tanners do get the lead back up to 2 runs. 3-1 Woburn after a buck and a half. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly, samfeelypbp@gmail.com for all the deets. Mike Piccolo to lead things off here in the bottom of the second for the Tanners. Grounds one up the middle. Second baseman with a nice throw. And the one-hop pick is unfortunately not in time. Dylan Dooley with a fine effort there, but that'll be an infield single for Piccolo to begin the bottom of the second. Leadoff man aboard for the first time tonight for either side. Here is Alex Gazzola, the right fielder. Gazzola 1 for 3 with a run scored in limited action up to this point. 1-1's the count. Gazzola and then the freshman Jaron Sanchez due up here in the bottom of the second for the Medford Mustangs, trailing 3-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball there. 1-2 is the count. Matt Hughes gets a swing and a miss, throw down to second, not in time. So Gazzola becomes the second strikeout victim of Matt Hughes, but the steal by Piccolo gets him into scoring position for the number 9 hitter, Jaron Sanchez. Second steal of the year for Piccolo is a grounder that'll be fielded at short and on to first, 2 down. Only other player for the Mustangs with multiple steals is Travis Moody with 3. So Sanchez is now 0 for 1. So Grosson pulling up the stats for these guys, but I left the score bug alone for a bit too long. And oh no! Low throw. It was a good pick on the first play of this inning, even though it was not in time. But that one would have been in time to get Crohan. Instead, it's an error, and Mustangs back within 1. 3-2. Another ground to the left side, but this one goes foul. John Wright, 1 for 1. single, then scored on a wild pitch last inning. We almost went from right to left on the infield for all 3 outs, but second base or shortstop got the first 2 of that. E5 keeps the inning alive, brings home a run. And that one's outside. No RBI for Crohan on that one because it was an error with 2 outs. Fouled off. Remains 1-2 to right. 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 error for Woburn. 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors for Medford. Grounder foul. Third base side. Remains 1-2. This game started at 6:02. We are about to hit the 50-minute mark, 5-0 of this ball game, and it'll be reached for, popped up on the right side, and it'll be caught. Good persistence by Dooley to follow that one in the twilight sky, and Medford gets back within 1, but it's still Tanner's on top. 3-2 after 2. When I say LSP has something for everyone since 2011, I by God mean it. Sports, live events, pet sitting and walking, tech help, errands, and a whole lot more. Visit our Thumbtack page or go to Linktree LSP37 or email yours truly for more information on what it is I and my friends do with our copious free time, so we can proceed to give you what you need. Top of the third will be the heart of the order due up for the Woburn Tanners. 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Jack Lee, Dylan Dooley, and Ryan Lush. (3-2) already through 2 innings. See what the third inning has in store for us is Jack Lee, who walked, stole second, third, and scored back in the first. And that'll help the OBP. First pitch plunking puts Lee on board to begin the top of the third. Second hit batter by Mirando, the first 2+ innings. Mirando with 3 strikeouts through the first 2. Again, had 10 in 5 innings against Chelsea for his first varsity win, earning him Player of the Week nod for the Mustangs. It's on the outside corner for strike 1 to Dooley, who is the second strikeout victim. Runner goes. Pitch is, I believe, inside. The throw is not nearly in time. Yep, it is, in fact, inside. I didn't say it with much confidence there because last time I thought there was a pitch out on the corner. Waited a long time. Then we got the confirmation. A swing and a miss. That one was high and tight on Dooley. It is 1-2. Shadows and Sunstreak's trying to reappear in the outfield. Runner goes for third. Pitch is behind Dooley's head, and again the throw not nearly in time. Jack Lee has 4 steals and a run scored, but no hit. He gets on base. 2-2. Poke down the left field line. That'll be fair. And roll all the way to the corner. Lee can walk home. Dooley's on his way to second. RBI double for Dylan Dooley. It is 4-2. Here's Ryan Lush, the DH. Still nobody out here in the top of the third. Dooley with an RBI double after the first pitch plunking of Lee. That's down and away for ball 1 to Lush, who reached on a walk his first time up. Two and 0 hitters count to the Woburn DH. Way high, 3-0. There's been action in the Medford bullpen since the middle of the first inning. So you have to wonder how much longer. Oh. Well, going to be ball 4 anyways. Have to wonder how much longer Mirando is for this game. But with the pitch count rules in high school baseball, if there's a game coming up that Roz would want him for in particular, you gotta, if you cross a certain threshold, you can't pitch for X number of days. So when you look at the roster and you see, okay, this guy's eligible to play but ineligible to pitch, that's what that refers to. Well, nobody out and runners at first and second. Why not try it? But Barreto ducks out away of that one. It is 1-0. Barreto grounded out to short his first time up to end the top of the first. He's got Dooley at second and Lush at first. Gonna square again? Yes, he is. Gets it down beautifully in front of the catcher, who throws to third, trying to get the force there and throws it into left field. Crohan, that's a tough one. Like when in doubt, take the easy out, right? Unfortunately, they didn't get anything. That will be a sacrifice and an E2. That loads the bases with nobody out for Olson. Strike 1 to Matt, who struck out looking his first time up. Mirando delivers. Popped up, and the infield fly rule has been called, so Olson's out, and that'll be caught by the shortstop, Justin Marino, for a huge out number 1 for Mirando. Here is Daniel Pratt. Hit by a pitch his first time up, then DeFeo worked magic on the base paths to score the third Woburn run last inning. One and 0. (4-2) is our score. 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Woburn. 2 runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors for MIAA. Like at this point, the Boston accent has been priced out of Boston. Those of us who grew up in the area but never had the accent, I don't know, even if you did grow up in Boston, you just lean into it as a living meme. Throw back to second, kicks into center field. You had the corner infielders coming, and they went back to second, and the throw goes into the outfield, and Dooley scores standing up on the E1, fourth error of the ball game for the Tanners, and it is 5-2. Now with runners at first and second. Two and one. Things have been snowballing like this for you as a pitcher. At some point, you just got to say, I got to trust my stuff, just throw it over the plate and trust the guys behind me or hope that they swing and miss. Don't try to get too fancy with location or anything. Just trust yourself to get it over the heart of the plate. Anything you can do to get your confidence back. I think that's what he was thinking there with that pitch and swung over the top of it. Did Pratt. Down and in. Full count. Runners go here on 3-2. Nope. Oh, boy. That was close, but not close enough. It's a walk to Pratt. Here comes DeFeo to run for him. And now here is Aiden Wood. Lush at third, Barreto at second, DeFeo at first, and Wood, single his last time up, takes down away for ball one. Top of the third, another 2 runs home here for the Tanners and looking for more. 2-0. 5 runs on 3 Woburn hits and 4 Medford errors so far. There's also a couple of walks and a couple hit batsmen. 4 walks and 2 hit batsmen by Mirando as that's on the outer edge for strike 1. 2-1 to Aiden Wood. Way high. Ball 3. Fouled into the screen to fill the count. With the full windup with the bases loaded, comes Mirando. Liner to the left side through for a base hit. 1 run will score, and they'll put the brakes on Barreto at third. Station to station, Wood picks up his second hit, an RBI, and it is 6-2. Well, no chance for McElhaney to face Mirando for a third time. That appears to do it for Mike Mirando. Wood single is a nail in the coffin for his day. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Longarina, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. LSP37.creator-spring.com for merch. Email yours truly for game videos. And there might be even some new stuff to see when you see us at Ocean State Card Con on June 1st, 2025 at the Warwick, Rhode Island Boys and Girls Club. Back to real life. Emmett Chastain is the new noodle for the Medford Mustangs. Now, if you're ready for this, Chastain's pitching stats this year, he's only appeared in one game on the mound. He faced one batter and got 2 outs. Talk about efficiency. Lineup turns over for McElhaney. It's 0 for 2. I'm sure he feels left out of this party. Yeah, good breaking ball there from Emmett, but to no avail. It is 1-1. 6 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Woburn, 2 and 4 for MIAA, and that will be pulled a bit too much foul and be 1-2 to the Tanners' leadoff hitter. Number 9 hitter Woods done some damage, couple of singles, stolen base, RBI just now. The base is loaded and 1 out, not 2 outs. 2-2 now is the count. Hello. You got to remember, folks, that there is a screen directly behind home plate, but they lift that one. That's bounced off the facade of our press box. Please don't come into the window. Oh, knocked down at first. I'll have to come home for the force. Did they? Got him. Barreto is forced out 3-2. Hit on a line to Pucci. Did not secure it for the catch, but that froze the runners enough to buy him time to gun down Barreto at home for the force. So McElhaney reaches on the fielder's choice. I don't think they would have gotten a double play, though, even if Pucci had caught it. The runners have not gotten that far off their respective bases as Crohan makes the catch for the out that retires the side. 2 batters, 2 outs that time for Chastain. Gotta get those numbers back up somehow. 2.5 of the book, 6-2. Are you down with a sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flashy subscribe button, PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP37, and we're also on Thumbtack and TCG Player if you're into that sort of thing. As we go to the bottom of the third, have Pucci, Marino, and Moody due up for the Mustangs. Matt Hughes back out there for his third inning of work for the Tanners. Home plate umpire holding things up for just a moment. Just getting some places, please. And I'll be in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count to Pucci, who flew out to left his first time up. One and one. 6 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Woburn. 2 runs, 2 hits, 4 errors for MIAA. 2-1. Down the pipe for strike 2. 337 down the left field line. 400 to straightaway center, but only 301 into the corner and right. That just missed. It'll be a full count. It's just beckoning to you if you're a left-handed hitter in this ballpark. Up the middle and through into the right center field gap for a base hit. Pucci with a leadoff knock. Here's Marino, drew a walk his first time up. Now, in addition to the 4 Woburn hits and the 4 Medford errors, as this is popped up, and second baseman looking for it. The right fielder coming in behind him, but easy catch. Didn't even have to leave the outfield grass for out number 1. Get onto the outfield grass for out number 1. So an easy pop-up off the bat of Marino. Now here's Moody. He's plunked his first time up on the very first pitch. Oh, and 1. In addition to the 4 Woburn hits, the 4 Medford errors, it's been 4 walks, couple of hit batsmen as well, couple wild pitches. It's almost like baseball's end, right? 0-2 is the count. How can anything be zen with my dulcet tones? 1-2. Jaden Burns is due up next. Two and two. Past the hour mark of this ball game, and the water fountain is shut off right now in this park. So I'm getting a little parched here. Get ready for more of that. Full count. Into the right center field gap. That'll get down for extra bases. On his way to third is Pucci. He's being waved home, and the the cutoff, popped off the cutoff man's glove, and that buys the time for Pucci to score all the way from first. 6-3. An RBI double for Travers Moody. Here's Jaden Burns. That get him? It did. RBI number 3 on the year for Travers. Second double. And now it's time for conference on the mound to make sure that Hughes is all right. His team's still up 3. And they haven't trailed. And Medford has not come back to tie it at any point. And I know it's apples and oranges, but did y'all see the Diamondbacks-Cubs game last week? If you know, you know. Mike Piccolo gets the ground ball to short, on to first. No, it's in and out of the first baseman's glove. Nearly an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. Instead, Moody gets to third. Burns is forced out 6-4. Piccolo reaches. And the inning continues on the fielder's choice. Gazzola got, representing the tying run, inside for ball 1. Piccolo's now 1 for 2. But the throw that popped in and out of the first baseman's glove kept the inning alive as Piccolo ran with the pitch, but Gazzola fouled it off. And it's 1-1. Action now warming in the Woburn bullpen. As Hughes comes set and comes home with it, fouled off. Count moves to 1-2. Moody at third, Piccolo at first. Runner goes, and it's fouled off. Sounds like someone made a catch underneath us. That's why you bring your glove to a ball game. Do they even have a glove? I can't. They're way behind us. I wouldn't know. I'll take their word for it, regardless of what they say. Fouled off of the dish. Pucci led off this inning with a single, then Moody brought him home on an RBI double. Pitch is taken outside, and Piccolo steals second. So now 2 runners in scoring position. A base hit could make this a 1-run game. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Side is retired. Gazzola goes down on strikes for the second time, and Woburn still leads 6-3 after 3. And don't forget, folks, as we said, and we'll be probably saying for a while, we're going to be at Ocean State Card Con on June 1st at the Warwick, Rhode Island Boys and Girls Club. We'll be buying, selling, and trading Magic the Gathering cards and a whole lot more, including maybe some new merch that you'll see there. A lot of stuff that could be in the works if our brain cells will allow. But see you there June 1st, bright and early, at the Boys and Girls Club, Warwick, Rhode Island, 340 Oakland Beach Ave. We go to the top of the fourth, 6-3. Woburn Tanners on top of the Medford Mustangs from Lasher Park in Lowell, Mass. Sam Feely here with you as Tanners doubling up right now on MEFA, and this is the first of two games that we'll have here on LSP for the Mustangs at La Lasher. Always a fun experience to play in a park like this when you're a high school player and you don't usually get a chance to play in these kinds of facilities. But again, this is the former home of the Lowell Spinners. Now sole tenant is the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. I've had the privilege of working many games here in various capacities over the years, covering Lowell Spinners games for the Lowell Sun, and got to do PA for a couple of UMass Lowell games last year. Now, we are in a bit of a delay here because, pan over to our right, umpire talking to the Woburn coaches about some kind of issue. I'm not sure what it is. Like if it was Medford batting out of order, they should have caught that at the time. That's, so what happened to Marino? No, Medford, no, we're talking about Woburn. Oh yeah, I thought it was like possibly a protest by Woburn, but, so Chiodo, yep. Well, Matt Hughes, the pitcher, has never been in the batting order. Well, yes, that's fair. So then the pitcher has to bat. Yes. Well, I don't know what the remedy is supposed to be. Like, we're clearly going to keep playing, but, well, anyways, so Lush's spot is due up third in this inning. But Hughes has a helmet on. So Hughes has to bat if he's still pitching. Okay. Y'all will just have to trust us what we're trying to sort out here. Oh. Lee out in front of that one, but that's another thrill that you can get here as a high school player playing in a collegiate or professional stadium, hitting a home run in a ballpark like this. Give you a story to tell for a long, long time, no matter how far your baseball career takes you. It's out in front of that one. It's 2-1. 2-2. Chastain back out there for getting the last two outs of the third. It is, in fact, the third. I still have the fourth inning. On the scoreboard. Just too much going on. Oh, time granted just as Chastain was going into his motion. But yeah, I mentioned I was my professional history at this ballpark. But as long as we're trying to see when/if foul ball comes closer to us, there is one experience of mine, or my life flashed before my eyes. It was really boring. Lee gets plunked with the 3-2. So he's walked and been plunked twice. He's also stolen 4 bases and scored 2 runs. Metrics. What? New first baseman here. It's going to be James Hennessy for Dylan Dooley. Lush is back in the on-deck circle. Pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Throw is, however, to the left field side of the bag. And a 5th steal of the ball game for Jack Lee. So Hennessy swings over the top of that one, and it'll be 0-2. Teams are even in hits at 4 apiece, but it's 6-3, and the only stat that matters, in no small part thanks to man at second base right now, Jack Lee. Another foul ball. Goes to our left, behind home plate. What I was going to tell, the story I was going to tell about foul ball nearly getting me. This is the one time it's ever come that close. I was working PA at Rhode Island College a couple of years ago. Setup is pretty similar to this, like in terms of how high like you're not like towering above the field. So that's out there outside for a ball, 1 and 2. But compared to where we are here, like my seat is just a little bit to the left of home plate, but still around the home plate area. I was directly behind home plate and also elevated a little bit. So that is a much more favorable angle for foul balls that get over a screen like the one here to come towards where I was sitting. And one foul ball did come towards where I was sitting. Thankfully, while I was just getting a bottle of water between innings. Yeah, I know there's a certain portion of you out there who's like, oh, come on. Do a better job next time, foul ball. They've been trying to kill me since the day I was born, and they've never finished the job. That bounces in the dirt, and to third goes Jack Lee. Wild pitch puts Lee 90 feet away. Full count to James Hennessy with Ryan Lush due up next. Popped up, foul ground on the third base side and caught for out number 1. Up. So Lush is batting in this slot, and Matt Hughes, the pitcher, is in Barretto's spot on deck. Lush with a smash up the middle for a base hit and an RBI. I'll figure it out in the end, right? So Chiodo is still in the lineup at second base, and Barreto is out of the game. And here is Hughes for his first at-bat of the game. Starting pitcher takes strike one. Let's see a Kude Sung moment, right? Someone knows what I'm talking about. The original John Boy's pretty good video. In Hughes' defense, he looks a lot more engaged in this at-bat than Kude Sung did in that one before he hit that rocket off of Randy Johnson. One and two is the count, 7-3. Tanners on top of the Mustangs. 7 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Tanners. 3, 4, and 4 for MIAA. 2 and 2. He got under that one. Popped up into center. Oh, boy. And lost it for a moment, but the right fielder found it in the end. Gazzola. Good at bat there by Matt Hughes, who, judging by the chirping from his own teammates, he doesn't get to do a lot. Now, DeFeo is batting in Olsen's slot. And Pratt is on deck. 0-1 is the count to DeFeo. Grounds this to short. Bobbled, but stepping on the second base bag for the force is Marino to retire the side. 7-3. Tanners, we are halfway home. Sanchez lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth. You know, the subs are are easy and logical once you see them in front of you. But if you're trying to put it together piecemeal up here without, people, really communicating with you, it's much harder. So we'll get you all the changes for the Tanners in the field in just a moment, as it is 1-1. Oh, thank you very much. Wow, that could have just been disastrous. But 1 up, 1 down. Here's Crohan, who's 0 for 2. Reach on errors last time up. This is what we got for you. Down and in for a ball. Chiodo's still in the game. He's now at second base. James Hennessy, who pinch hit for Dylan Dooley, is at first. Ryan Lush, who is the DH, is now at short. Barreto is out of the game. And Hughes is in that slot in the lineup, the 6th slot. And Matt DeFeo, who pinch hit for Olsen after running for Pratt the last couple of times, is in left. Get it, got it, you get what you pay for. 3-0. Crohan takes strike 1. Foul tip in the catcher's mitt, 3-2. Baseball is so stupid, but it's also so beautiful. Grounder up the middle, not going to get the comebacker. There is Hughes. 1 out single for Crohan, his first base hit of the ball game. Now again, the teams are even in the hit column. In the end, it's the only stat that matters. And Woburn's leading 7-3. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. It's up and in for a ball to the designated hitter, John Wright, who is 1 for 2 of the single and run scored. Wright's the team leader in hits. He's going to add on to that. Runner on his way to third. Runners at the corners now. Wright's got 2 hits today, getting him up to 11. Now here's Pucci. Picked up his first hit of the year last time up. Fly out to left, single run scored. Mustangs now out hitting the Tanners 6-5, but still down a full 4 runs. Bounces, but able to keep it in front of him is Pratt. No advance by either runner, and it is 1-1. A look at first. Fouled off. 1-2. Second time foul ball's been bobbled by the third base coach. Once for Woburn, once for Meffa. Oh, God. I forgot that part. Sorry, folks. I have to do radio commentary for a bit while I completely whiffed on the charger for my camera. I do have it, but it's fouled off. There it is. I'm stupid. Yes, indeed, I'm stupid. Whatever. You're just looking at rotating ads for a moment. I'll do radio play-by-play while I get the camera back online. Think I would remember to do that after all these years. Or something had to go wrong. 2-2 is the count. Are you working? Appears though we're working. Full count. Crowhan at third, Wright at first. One out here in the bottom of the fourth, and that's a ball. The bases are loaded as Pucci reaches. Now here's Marino. Walk in the first, and a pop-up as last time. Representing the tying run. Oh and 1 to Marino. One of the tri-captains for this Medford squad, senior. Ground to the left side, fielded it short onto second for 1. Return throw to first. Safe. Bang, bang play, but I think it was the right call. Crowhan scores. Right to third. Pucci is forced out 6-4. Marino reaches on the fielder's choice. An RBI for Marino to make it 7-4, but now with 2 down. Throw back to first. It got away from the first base, and the runners will advance. Throw to second. Not in time. It is 7-5 in the blink of an eye. Wright scores on the error. All right. Moody hasn't faced a pitch yet, and he's sees his team get a run closer. 7-5, runner in scoring position. Moody representing the tying run. A wacky game this has been. Oh my goodness. No, they're. They tried to do the hidden ball trick, it looks like. Trying to throw the ball into, you're faking the throw into the outfield. Marino didn't bite. And that's going to do it for Matt Hughes. I mean, I've seen wackier ways to get out of a jam, but we got pitching change come to you from Lasher Park. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link on your screen or in the description and the checkout codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. After a failed pickoff attempt and then a hidden ball trick play that the Mustangs didn't bite on, Matt Hughes has given way to Jake Dooley. Three and 2/3 innings of work for Hughes, and now Dooley will try to get this to the fifth with this 7-5 advantage intact, and it is fouled off by Travers Moody for strike one. Can you imagine waiting that long just to see your first pitch of the AB, and they start with one pitcher, then make a change after a couple of throws a couple of plays that weren't at all pitches? Whatever gets the job done, right? Marino off of second. 2-1. Moody represents the tying run. Do they have, but he's not going to do that unless he can, ranch one at least 350 down the line. 337 left, but that's if you get a straight pull into the foul pole. It is a full count to Moody. Jaden Burns due up next. Payoff. Here it is. Popped up. Nothing comes easy tonight. We've seen that, but it is caught by Hennessy. I'm sure Tanner's fans will drink to that. 7-5 after 4. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly, scamfeelypbp@gmail.com for all the deets. We are going to the top of the fifth. 7 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors, I believe, for Woburn. Already had 1 and already had 2. I think we were at 3 at this point. And 5 runs, 6 hits, and 4 errors for (752), 753, 564 the line score right now. Woburn on top. Chastain back out there. He's gotten through an inning and 2/3. Was that only the second? I thought there was another one, wasn't it? Oh, let me make sure. Anyways. I mean, obviously there was no error on the fielder's choice there, but I'm tired, boss. Braden Pacini getting his first cuts here. Be followed by Wood and then McElhaney. Two and 2 is the count to Pacini. I know that looks kind of glum, folks, with the weather out there, especially the dark clouds behind the outfield wall and that hood bottle. But we'll turn up the exposure just a moment. First, fouled off. Yeah, there you go. Probably turn the iris down a bit from there, though. See me work my magic in real time. Meanwhile, Pacini works a walk. Leadoff man aboard for the Tanners. Wood is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. I'm going to throw back to first. Yeah, you're right. There was only the one error. For whatever reason, I thought there were only 2 errors. For whatever reason, I thought there were 3. Rotate the mound. At this point, that would be a balk, and he'd be on second. Baseball Zen. Again, it's anything that I do Zen. Not in time. The throw was there, but the throw was late. It is 0-2 to Wood, but Pacini gets the steal. Grounder up the middle, fielded it short, and it kicks into center field. In to score is Pacini, 8-5. I thought that was destined to go up the middle in the outfield for a base hit to begin with. And Marino came in, looked to field it otherwise routinely, and nicked off the lip of his glove into left center. Bunt is down by McElhaney, fielded by Chastain, not nearly in time. Runner still going through second all the way to third because no one was there. That is a base hit for McElhaney. Wood gets to third. And here is Chiodo. Chiodo's 1 for 3, single in the first, ground out in the second, pop up in the third. Runner goes from first, pitches inside, throw down to second, not fielded cleanly, stolen base for Wood, and then for McElhaney rather than in from third comes Wood. The count is 1-0. Runner at second now, and it's 9-5. One and one is the count. Still nobody out in the inning. All the things I had to catch up. Oh, there's certainly an out, right? It's been that kind of game. 2-1 is the count. Burns, Piccolo, and Gazzola due up in the bottom of the fifth for the Mustangs. And Chastain will step off. Woburn scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. 1 in the fourth, now 2 here in the fifth. Pitch by Chastain. Way high. Ball 3. Laced to the left field, down for a base hit. Being waved around third is McElhaney. Here comes the throw. He'll score standing up, 10-5. Chiodo with his second hit of the ball game. And here is Jack Lee, who's just done everything he can to contribute to the offense, short of picking up a hit of his own. He's been walked and plunked twice, 5 steals, 2 runs. One and one is the count. Now, the third baseman, generally speaking, is not the guy you expect to, rack up the steal numbers. And they got Chiodo in a hot box, and he gets back safely. The throw to first popped out of Pucci's glove, but Chiodo got back safely. Two and one is the count to Lee. Popped up into foul ground over towards the Mustang dugout and drops in said dugout. 2-2. Long look at first. Cummings says Chastain. High for ball 3 to fill the count. Runner goes. Swung on. Fly ball. Down towards the left field foul line into the Medford bullpen, and it drops. Start again. Runner goes, that's down the line and fair this time for a base hit. Throw comes into the cutoff man, it'll be runners at the corners. Still nobody out in the inning. And here comes Roz, and I think that is going to do it for Emmett. So, just want to build on Jack Lee for a bit as he picks up his first hit of the game. Talk about third baseman not usually being your prototypical base stealers. The record for stolen bases in a season by a third baseman in Major League history, in case you're, was Arlie Latham in 1887 of the St. Louis Browns of the American Association. Most steals by a third baseman in the 20th century. Fritz Maisel of the 1914 New York Yankees. Now, as far as 21st century players go, the first third baseman that shows up on the list is Sean Figgins. Guy remembering champion. He had 42 steals in 2009 for the Angels. But Figgins also played like every single position on the field short of catcher and pitcher. Figgins, in this search, I'm looking at players who played at least 50% of games at third base. But, you know, he could have played just one inning in half those games at third base, knowing his versatility. And speaking of versatility, the starting second base in this game, Jaron Sanchez, is now on the mound. Sanchez finishes his warm-ups. He's a freshman, remember. So this is actually his first varsity pitching appearance. Runner goes from first. Throw down to second is not in time. Throw back home, not in time either. Throw got away from the catcher, but umpire will signal a dead ball as it looks like the ball kicked off of Hennessy. Was just standing there trying to get out of the way of the play and all, but a double steal is successful. Gets it to 11-5 Woburn. looked like a strike, that pitch from here, but get confirmation as soon as we can. That's a strike. Hennessy granted time. Grounded to second and dribbles away. Everybody safe. Hennessy reaches on the E4. And here's the shortstop, Ryan Lush. 11-5 is our score. Woburn on top of Medford, and Woburn looking to make it 4-2 on the season. Outside for ball one. Medford has started this year alternating losses and wins in each of their first 6 games, and are 3-3, and they're en route to seeing that pattern hold here. 2-0 is the count to Lush. Jake Dooley is on deck. Popped up in the Bermuda Triangle and right, that drop for a base hit. "12-5. First and second for Dooley, getting his first at bat as Hughes was thrust in the slot in the lineup after Woburn lost the DH, and now Dooley, who is currently pitching for Woburn, gets his first cuts of the game. Bounces at the plate, and runner at first holds, but the runner at second, Hennessy, gets to third. Four-pitch walk drawn by Dooley. Bases are loaded. DeFeo getting his it's caught and bluffing the tag from third. Finally, that's the first out of the inning. But boy, Medford in the bottom of the fourth nearly pulled level, but Dooley finished off that inning to get the Tanners out of the jam and have scored 5 runs in this inning before they even got the first out. A 2-run, tightly knit ball game possibly in store for a exciting finish down the stretch. And it's turned to anything but that here in the top of the 5th. Tanners well on their way to win number 4 of the year. 2-1 to Pacini. Three and one. Bases loaded. There is nowhere to put Braden Pacini. Mad apologies to the Pacini family. But hesitation by the freshman. Grounder to first, but it's bobbled though. They're lucky to get the tag on Pacini there, but the run comes in from third. 2 down, and it is 13-5. Two down with runners at second and third for Aiden Wood. He's yet to be retired today. The number 9 slot. Ball 1. That gets thrown to right field for a base hit. Another run scores, and it is 14-5. Boy, Aiden Wood has been a menace out of the 9 slot as the Tanners have batted around. Here's McElhaney. Runners at the corners. And 2 down. Don't worry, Medford fans, not 148-5. That's just a error with me and the hotkeys on OBS. Although this inning feels like it's gotten to that point. Things have unraveled here for the Tanners. In the top of the 5th. Battled back even as Woburn's offense was taking advantage of Medford mistakes and collecting some big hits. I mean, credit to the Medford offense for battling back every time. However, the only time it was even in this game was 0-0. After getting to within 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Looks like it's as close as it's going to get now. For the Medford Mustangs. Now, after this one, don't have a whole lot of time to feel sorry for yourself if you're a player in this situation. Because for Medford, they get back to work tomorrow, be hosting the Everett Crimson Tide. A 4-pitch walk reloads the bases. And Orazio Azzarello has decided that is enough. For the freshman, Jaron Sanchez in his first pitching appearance of the year. Not go his way, to say the least. Pitching change coming to you from LaLasher. When I say LSP has something for everyone since 2011, I by God mean it. Sports, live events, pet sitting and walking, tech help, errands, and a whole lot more. Visit our Thumbtack page or Linktree LSP37 or email yours truly, samfeelypbb@gmail.com, so we can proceed to give you what you need. New noodle for the Medford Mustangs is the junior Ethan Ramsey. This is Ramsey's first pitching appearance of the year, as it was just now for Sanchez. We know how that went. Chiodo picked up a base hit, an RBI. His last at-bat this inning. 2 for 4 overall. Eye for ball, 3-0. Ball force. Start the merry-go-round again. I mean, if it's at least make it comfortable and not, unbearably hot. If that's going to be the case, right? I mean, I brought a sweater. All right. I listened to my mother when I was growing up. No, I didn't. Love you, Mom. It's a joke. It's a funny ha-ha, kid. One and one to Jack Lee. Hey, he finally got a hit last time. Hasn't been retired. How do you even get 5 stolen bases in a game with those welts on your back? It's listed as James on the roster. One and one. I think even the Woburn dugout thought that was a strike. One and two the count. On the inside corner, strike three called. And we'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Run rule is 10 after 5, so if Medford doesn't get 2, this is it for them. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. LSP37.creative-spring.com for merch. Email yours truly for game videos. Jake Dooley will try and finish this one off. Got the last out of the bottom of the fourth when the Mustangs were knocking at the door. The tying run at the plate. They've had the tying run at the plate a couple of times in the last couple of innings and just haven't been able to cash in, because usually those situations have come when they were down their final out of the inning. And that's, I mean, two out RBIs are great, but you're just, it's that much harder to cash in. And that's why there's so much of a momentum boost. So it's been Hughes and Dooley for Woburn, Mirando, Chastain, Sanchez, and Ramsey for MIAA as we go to the bottom of the fifth. One and 0 is the count. Grounder up the middle, fielded at second. On to first. One up, one down. Here is Josh Torrey taking AB. Torrey is for 1 with a hit by pitch and 2 plate appearances this season. 2-0 is the count. Torrey's a senior. And is outside for a ball and is 3-0. Cut on and miss. 3-1. Called strike 2, 3-2. This is Torrey's first year on varsity. Reaches out, pokes that one to the right side. PFB, baby. 2 down. And Matteo Giambuso, the last chance in this one for the Medford Mustangs. Oh for 3 this season is Matteo. Takes down and in 2-0. Pops this one up. Foul to our left. It is 2-1. Three and 1 to Giambuso. Ramsey in the on-deck circle. Popped up. Foul territory catcher. Watch it go into the bleachers. Full count. Last call for the Mustangs. Or Woburn's going to pick up a run rule victory. I'll go to 4-2, and the Mustangs will go to 3-4. Payoff. Down for ball 4 we play on. First time Giambuso has reached base safely this season in 4 plate appearances. Here is Ramsey. That's up and in for a ball. Ramsey 0 for 1 on the season, and he's going to reach. That went underneath both the third baseman and shortstop's gloves. Two on with 2 out. And lineup turns over for Dave Crowan. Single and runs scored last time up for the MIAA. I don't care if you laugh at it. I don't care if you like it. I do it just for me. 1-0. Fouled off, 1-1. "16 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for Woburn. 5 runs, 6 hits, and 6 errors for MIAA. 2-1. Three and 1. Lined into right, and that'll get down for a base hit. Runner being waved around third. The throw will instead go to third. They try to get back, and he's safe. Whoa. Or they got him? Oh! Late call overruling that, and that's going to do it. Medford Mustangs fall 16-5 to the Woburn Tanners, who go to 4-2 on the season, and the Mustangs fall to 3-4. And 3 of their 4 losses have come outside the GBL. 3-1 in GBL play. That might fare well for them in terms of trying to ensure themselves a bid, but go a long way towards winning a league championship, but still a long way to go here in the MIAA baseball season. So, with that said, this has been a presentation of LSP, something for everyone, since 2011. Copyright 2025, unauthorized use of any portion of this broadcast is strictly prohibited. And a reminder that LSP and Chipping Shield are partners in cards. Use the URL and codes on your screen or in the description for a discount on the eco-friendly sports and gaming card protectors used by yours truly. We may receive a commission on these orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is, which you can also do. Give us your continued support by advertising on future LSP content, hiring us for your next live event, sports game, errand, whatever you need us to do on any given day, or buying some of this merch from the LSP Creator Spring Store. Email yours truly for more details as well. And, of course, if you're down with a sound called LSP, then you can follow and support us on the web with a simple click of Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button, PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP37. And, of course, we're also on Thumbtack and TCG Player if you're into that sort of thing. If you're into that sort of thing on TCG Player, you might want to see us at Ocean State Card Con on June 1st at the Boys and Girls Club in Warwick, Rhode Island, 340 Oakland Beach Avenue. We'll be buying, selling, and trading Magic the Gathering cards and a whole lot more, and maybe some things you don't know about yet. We'll be maybe making some details over the next few weeks. Maybe we won't. One way to find out. You never know until you try. All the cool kids are doing it. Once again, the final score from the Lasher Park at UMass Lowell in Lowell, Mass. Shockingly enough, it is the Woburn Tanners 16 and the Medford Mustangs 5 in 5 innings. For all my righty friends here at UMass Lowell, my name is Sam Feeler, reminding you forever and always, freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in. Fresh for 2025, suckers. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.